what is the size of investments that you could share with our viewers in terms of how much capital do you think you'll be able to deploy all across the new portfolio that you're building?
Yeah, so just before coming to that, to answer the earlier question, so in that process, one of the other big changes is that we will now look at building businesses in partnerships. So whether it is financial partnerships, whether it is strategic partnerships, absolutely open to working with that mindset.
Is something in the works?
Not yet, but certainly, as I said, it's the mindset.
Okay.
How we build businesses. Earlier, the concept was, we would build businesses largely 100% ownership or majority ownership.
And raise debt from the domestic banking system.
And raise debt from the domestic banking system. That is now changed to the extent that we can, we are very much open to working with partners. It's also a good shift, and it's how private equity investment is largely done. In any case,
have you also relooked at the equity to debt mix that you earlier followed versus what you may want to do now?
Look, as someone who has repaid 25 billion.
Exactly, and that's the reason I asked you this. I don't think there's anyone in the country, and I don't say this to praise Prashant or the group, but who's repaid $25 billion. I don't think that's happened any time in the past.
I'll just share one secret with you and with your viewers. It's a lot easier to borrow it than to pay it back.
Well, that's a lesson for consumer finance. That's a lesson for personal finance for everyone. So what's the kind of deployable sums that you're looking at?
Yeah. So look, the Essar Global, let me just give you a few statistics where Essar Global is and how the group is set up now. So Essar Global itself as a fund has a AUM, assets under management, of about $8 billion. That's primarily the equity value of all the portfolio companies which we have. We have currently about 12 portfolio companies. These 12 portfolio companies today have a revenue of about $15 billion in total, and it is from these revenues and with this assets under management that we would make fresh investments. I'm not going to give you a particular number, but obviously the investments are not going to be greenfield, significant greenfield, $8-10 billion kind of investments. They're going to be smaller. But for example, in energy transition, we are looking at in total about $3 billion of investment in that space. And then we are looking at green steel. We are looking at other areas which are themes which we are building. We've been working on it for the last 2-3 years, and over the next couple of years you'll see them unfold.
On the 15 billion.
But to answer the question on that, having been through what we've been through, I still don't believe leverage is a bad word. It's still, but it has to be sustainable.
It has to be sustainable.
So it's not that we're going to have zero leverage in the future. That's not the case. But we're going to be very, very highly sustainable debt in the portfolio companies to the extent required for the business.
On $15 billion of revenues, what's the kind of profitability that you have right now?
So the group EBITDA would be in the region of about $1 billion and growing to about $2 billion over the next few years.